Hey guys, Laura here from NZPocketGuide.com, and today we're bringing you another video from New Zealand's biggest gap year, where we did 365 activities in 365 days all across New Zealand. And today's episode is it's part 2 of one of the days, because yes, there's that many activities to do in New Zealand. We start splitting episodes into different parts because we do more than one activity in one day. So it's more like 450 activities in 365 days. Anyway, moving on, check out the video, and we're going to go through some of the comments and questions you guys had at the end of the video. So stick around for more travel tips.
This morning on part 1 of our day 141, the weather was snowy, Robin failed miserably at bungee jumping and almost passed out, and Laura bravely took over and jumped out of the 47 meters of the ledge bungee. We are now picking back up right on top of the gondola, where we are ready for some fun this afternoon.
After a dramatic morning, we are looking for some more simple fun, something that we can both enjoy that's well within our comfort zone. It is too fun to stress over, and that is the luge at the Skyline Gondola. So we are picking up our luging helmets, queuing up for our first luge ride and handing over our tickets, getting a little bit of a rundown of how to control these luge carts, and off we go.
The Queenstown Luge has 2 tracks, the beginner's one and the advanced track. Because it's our first ride, we have to take the beginner's one because we need to get used to how to control those really fast luge. Needless to say that cautious Laura is taking it pretty easy. It really feels like this morning's adrenaline rush is well over and done with. She is driving like a granny for her first round because she claims she doesn't know how to control the luge just yet.
The way you control your luge ride is completely up to you. It's just you against gravity, so you use the handlebars to control the luge cart, whether it goes slower or faster. And this round on the beginner's track is a way for us to get used to how fast we feel comfortable going. And as Robin said, I'm going a little bit slow to start with, but things start to pick up.
Around the midway of the second track, we are passing through a tunnel, and this seems to mark the point where Laura is getting competitive. She really wants to be winning for the whole day, so she is picking up some decent speed and trying to pass me over and over again, despite my best effort to actually stay on top. Straight away, even from the beginner's track, we can already realize how much fun it is to do this luge. The motto of the luge Skyline is once is never enough, and honestly it's really true. I'm not even finished with my first ride, I already want to go back up and actually kick Laura's ass once more.
Once we have gained some confidence, we start to get some serious speed. And there's quite a few sharp corners even on this first track, where we realise that the luge carts can actually turn quite sharply, so we are undercutting each other and fighting it to the finish.
Although there is a lot of people at Skyline today, like literally there are massive queues up there, we don't see that many people on the track, and it's because there is over 800 meters worth of track, so everybody is really spread out, and it makes it for super fun because we have plenty of space to actually act like crazies. The last tunnel of the beginner's track marks the beginning of the end. Because the luge carts are powered by gravity only, we need to do a lot of zigzag to slow down before we arrive close to the finish. So the track is doing a lot of zig and zags, forcing us to slow down tremendously so we don't get to knock some kids running around when we arrive around the end. As soon as we arrive at the end, we are giving the carts to the staff from Skyline, which is going to hook them at the bottom of the chairlift, and we are going to be sitting on top of the said chairlift, making our way back up.
The really awesome thing about doing the first round is that we've actually spotted out where all the cameras are, because at the end of your ride you can actually see all your photos throughout the luge, which is actually pretty hilarious for us. We are pulling our own poses, our own crazy faces, and you will get to see our rendition of that at the end of this video during the credits.
A quick side note before we move on to the advanced track, I really love the fact that Skyline Queenstown has a lot of games in the waiting area, so while you're queuing up you're still having a lot of fun. But enough on sucking up on Queenstown Skyline, we are off to the races in the advanced track.
I'm taking the advanced track super seriously. Already today, I was the one that bungee jumped while Robin failed miserably. So I want to make this a double whammy. I want to win at the luge races, all of them. So I am making sure I'm getting some serious speed to race Robin.
The advanced track is definitely a massive improvement on the beginner's track. The slopes are steeper, the corners are sharper, and every 50 or so meters there is kind of a dip that is giving us much more speed. It is heaps of fun and making it for a huge competition between Laura and I.
The advanced track has some much more crazy features. There are some banked corners and the track itself is even narrower, so there's no room for error. The clouds are starting to clear, which means we can now see that famous scenery that you can see from the top of the Queenstown Gondola. We can see all the way over to the Remarkables mountain range, the massive Lake Wakatipu, and we are surrounded by snow today, which makes this whole place look all the more magical.
Between the stunning views, the epic racing, and the fact that we want to make some really funny faces for the camera, this race is really a massive challenge for us. We have a lot to deal with right here. Although some people decide to take it more of a leisurely ride and taking it really slow, enjoying the views and going at their own pace through the course, Laura and I are really deciding to go for an adventurous ride, racing each other super fast.
This is definitely an awesome option to do in Queenstown. If you're traveling with other people or as a group, this is something that you can get really competitive with and have so much more fun if you're doing this luge with other people, which is definitely what Robin and I are doing right now.
This race is definitely a nail biter. It's up to the finish right here. We are literally on this zigzag part of the track where we're supposed to be slowing down, but we are cheating as hard as we can to actually beat each other, and Laura is making a pass for me literally where there was no place to pass. It's absolutely insane, but she really deserved that win. It really looks like today is Laura's day.
That was such a tight finish. I can't believe I got him right at the last minute there. And now it's time for us to hop back onto the chairlift because we only have 3 more turns left to do. This really is a thing that you want to do over and over again.
But while we are enjoying the beautiful scenery on the way back up on the chairlift, Laura and I are going to be racing without the camera this time. We have spent a lot of time on camera today. It was a really tough one. So we are going to be cutting straight away to making our way back down to Queenstown. But because today is Laura's day, she is getting treated to. Robin being on laundry duty, not having to do any of the chore, and even being treated to dinner. I'm taking Laura to Devil's Burger.
If you don't like queuing up for a Ferg burger, then try Devil Burger. It is just as big, just as scrumptious. We absolutely love it here. So we are eating inside, getting some free chips along with that since we got a little voucher along with Canyoning New Zealand, which we did the other day, and sort of just reminiscing on such an insane day that we had today, bungee jumping and luging on top of this Queenstown Gondola. Yeah?
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video of our really awesome luge experience in Queenstown. Now let's go through some of the comments you guys had the first time around when we published this video. Now we have a comment from Kiwi Lauren saying, I have done the luge in Rotorua twice but never in Queenstown. This will have to be on my list for next time. And they do night luge in Queenstown too. I will also have to add Devil Burger to my list. Yes. That's the problem with our videos. I find that people are always saying like, oh, I need to add this to my list. I need to add that to my list. We do kind of show you there is an overwhelming amount of stuff to do in New Zealand, but we like to think that it just helps you sort of refine what exactly you want to do. Okay, Scotia's Place says, fantastic luge video, loved it. I'm not sure if we are going to do this in Rotorua or Queenstown, perhaps both. But this is a must for our trip. Thanks for the tip on Devil Burger. I have a very impatient husband, so I don't know if Ferg Burger's lineup will appeal to him. Yes, that's very true. If you don't want to stick around in the Ferg Burger queue, which can go right down the street, especially in summer, it can go around the street several times. Yeah, Devil Burger is really good and does really good gourmet large burgers where you don't have to queue up for too long. Although it does get more and more busy, obviously. Queenstown is a very busy place, but yeah, you certainly won't be standing in a line like you do in Ferg Burger. But yeah, in terms of the luge, there's luge in Rotorua and in Queenstown. I mean, you'll have to check out our Rotorua video. We also do a luge Rotorua video later on in the year, so you should go check that out and you can compare for yourself which one you think would be the best one for you. Rotorua has 3 different luge tracks. Queenstown has 2, so we'll just leave it with that. Anyway, Why in the World says, Devil Burger, good to know there's an alternative. Ferg Burger was really overrated. Good burger, but I won't go there again. The line is too long. I don't want to have to make phone orders just to get a Ferg Burger. Fair enough. I mean, it is one of those things that is... The problem with any activity or any food places in New Zealand is that once things become overhyped, you kind of have really crazy expectations of what it's going to be. Like, you think if it's that popular, surely it's going to be life-changing, but at the end of the day, it's just a big burger. That's as good as a big burger can be. Anyway, hope you found this video useful and these extra travel tips at the end also useful, but you can also find more travel tips, more travel advice about travelling around New Zealand on NZPocketGuide.com. It's New Zealand's largest travel guide and it literally has thousands and thousands of articles to help you plan your trip to New Zealand. So go check that out and we'll see you in the next video.